Welcome to the Love and Luck podcast show. How y'all doing?
Sure.
Hey, before we get started, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all hit that subscribe and share. We'll appreciate that, yeah. But check this, man. Have you heard about the lady that just got killed by the police?
Yeah, I actually seen that shit on social media, man. That shit is some cold shit.
What the fuck is this?
This is some cold stuff right here, man. The lady apparently called the police because she thought she heard an intruder.
Right.
She was at home, in her home. I think I seen her with a robe on.
Yeah,
She
sure.
actually had a robe on, and the police came over to the house. And they checked the premises.
Right.
They found out was nobody there,
Correct.
and the investigation was over.
Right.
So with that being said, the police was supposed to pack up and get out.
Correct.
Instead, they want to get to the broad. Now, do you got any ID?
That type of shit.
What the fuck you want to see my ID for? You check the premises.
Right.
No one's here. Thank you for your services.
Correct. Correct.
They want to check the ID. She got to go through, get the shit. If for some reason, she went to the kitchen because she had boiling water on the stove.
Right.
So it's obviously this water was already boiling on the stove when they got there.
Correct.
Now, from what I seen, the lady said, "I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus."
Right. Oh yeah, I heard that.
Now, I know a lot of people that say that. You know what I'm saying? Especially older women.
Right.
They all say that.
For sure.
My brother and them say that stuff too. They said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus."
Right. Right.
My cousin said, he said it all the time, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus."
Right.
Now, I heard the white boy say, she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." The white boy said, "You better not. You better not." And he drew his gun down.
Right. Right.
And he was like, "I'm gonna shoot you in your fucking face."
Right.
What the fuck is you yelling about shooting me in my motherfucking face? Because I said I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Right. Right. Yeah, I don't know if she threatened him with the hot water either though.
Shit, man, what was you gonna do with some, okay, even if there was a threat,
With the water. Right.
why you pull out a gun? Why you didn't pull out your taser or something?
Something.
This dude, the way he was looking, the way he looked on that picture, he looked like he was a racist motherfucker.
Right.
And he looked like the way their attitude, because they attitude like that all the time, man. They always got a funky ass attitude when they talking to our kind.
Right.
And I know this for a fact because I got a friend of mine that's a cop. This nigga turned to a cop, and I seen him one day, and I clowned him at first, but me and him cool. I ain't gonna drop his name, but I said, "Damn, nigga, you a motherfucking police, man?"
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, love, you know, I had to join them."
Right.
That's exactly what he told me. He said, "I had to join them.
You ain't had to do nothing.
So they ain't
Stay
gonna
black
be
and
on
dark.
my back." And I said, "Is that right?" I said, "Shit, what you see? How they treat you?" He said, "Man," he said, "now that I'm a metro," he said, "I ain't gonna even lie to you. They treat us way different."
For sure.
He said, "When we encounter black dudes,"
Yeah.
he said, "Man, they energy be so turned up."
Right.
He said, "They be acting hard as hell.
For sure.
They be waiting for you to get out of line so they can call bag up and jump on you and shit."
Right.
He said, "Man, we encounter all these white motherfuckers and shit. Man, motherfuckers, and the white people be the worst." He said they be calling them pigs and "fuck you, motherfucker." And I seen a white lady spit on the cop myself. Man, they clamped her ass up and drug her ass to the cop.
Right.
Imagine a nigga spit on a motherfucking white boy. Man, they gonna shoot the shit out that nigga.
Right.
Anyway, back to the story. The motherfucker, the lady tried to dip down with the pipe. He said, put that motherfucking hot water down. She didn't want to drop the fucking water.
Right.
Because it was hot. Right. This motherfucker shot her ass. Bomb!
Right. He shot her twice.
3 times.
Oh, it was 3 times? Yeah.
3. Man, what you gotta say about this here shit, man? This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This worse than George Floyd.
Yeah, when it boiled down to all that shit, man.
Worse than George Floyd.
Right. When it boiled down to that shit, man, you know, ultimately, that's why I moved up out of the hood years ago, man, because I seen how they treat, how they treat us, our kind. And the way, they ultimately treat us, and not just that, they was fucking with me years ago because of my last name, because, my uncles did a lot of shit back in the 70s and 80s, so therefore, every time the police seen me, they, they was fucking with me and told me I'll never be shit and so on and so forth. So I got tired of that shit, man. Then I had a son, being raised up as well in the same community, but he was young, at the time. He was a little baby, actually, and I got him the fuck up out of there. Because one thing I understand, man, in the ghetto, they police, the ghetto more than they do anywhere else. And on top of that, that if you look at the shit, it's really slave enforcement. That's how all the police shit started. So my thing is this here, man, when it comes to that lady, I don't think she should have, went by that hot water and, not listened to them motherfuckers. Because the thing is, a lot of them is itching to shoot your motherfucking ass. Nowadays, back in the day, they wasn't as itching as they is nowadays.
Shit.
But now,
yeah, they was.
They was, you think so?
Yeah, cause I remember when, not to get off the subject, it was a brother, man, I'm gonna put this out there too. It was a cop named Officer Prendez. I remember him was pressing a brother's girlfriend.
Right.
And that cop was liking his girl.
Right.
And he used to always say, man, this cop keep on fucking with my bitch.
Right.
And I'm just speaking on what he was saying, so excuse my language. He was like, the cop keep fucking with my bitch. And the broad used to, I don't know if the broad was giving that cop she had to be giving that cop some rhythm.
Right.
In order for him to sit up here and be trying to take up for this broad.
Right.
Now, she got into it with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Why you all of a sudden call this particular cop?
Right.
She called that particular cop.
Right.
So in his head, oh man, what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta lay this dude down. Cause dude gonna come in there with all that power shit.
Right.
He gonna show out in front of the girl.
For sure.
He gonna be calling them all kind of punks, and you know how the police do.
Yeah.
Slam you on your face and 10 of them step on you. You know how they get down. I seen it done millions of times.
Right.
This what I seen with my own 2 eyes, so I know it's not no lies.
I seen the same shit.
Dude decided, he was like, fuck it. I don't know what made him decide that. I wouldn't have went about it that way, but he did.
Right.
That same cop came to the door.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he had bag up or not, but he had a partner, I think, that's how the rest of the police came.
Right.
But that same cop came to the door, old boys hit him with the chopper. Bam! Knocked him down.
Damn.
After that, they was gunning niggas down every day.
Oh, is that one shit?
Over by your
ex
ex-wife house, sort of.
Right. Okay, I remember that shit way back in the day.
Yeah, knocked him down, and after that...
Then he hit him with a K back?
AK, hit him with a K.
I remember that.
Standing by the window like Tupac and Malcolm X was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He seen him come, he watched him come up.
Right.
He said, that's the same motherfucker.
Right.
Guess what? If it was a different cop, that wouldn't have never happened.
Right.
That would have never happened if it was a different cop.
For sure.
He would have put that goddamn gun down and he would have just went in like for a regular domestic or
Well,
whatever.
He probably was on some emotional shit too, though.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Nigga, you like, You got your bitch, she cool with fucking Metro, and Metro trying to hit on your girl.
Right.
He trying to fuck, and you looking, man, I can't even do nothing to this chump.
Right.
Because he got a cop suit on.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So you put yourself, you kind of in a fucked up position.
Shit, he could have locked his motherfucking door and called the police, you know what I mean, and told them, you know what I mean, some other police to come.
That blue wall gonna
You know
be
what I
a
mean?
motherfucker.
And told him, you know what I mean, and told him the scenario over, you know what I mean, over the 911.
That's what I would have did.
Right, for
I
sure.
would have just had to risk it.
And then, you know what I mean, and then left that bitch alone. You know what I mean? That's what he could have did. You know, but, you know what I mean, you know, but going back to what I was saying, you know, I know back in the days, we didn't really have to, like, niggas used to be able to run from the police and shit all the time. You know what I mean? You know, I ran from them a whole bunch of times. You know what I mean?
Back in the early 90s,
you know, I used to run from them all the time. Motherfuckers used to, you know what I mean, fight and wrestle with the police, all kind of shit. Niggas used to fight and wrestle with the police on Sherm and all kind of shit. You know what I mean? And niggas still wouldn't, and a lot of niggas still wouldn't get shot. Try that shit today. You know what I mean?
Oh, you done today?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
That's
you
for
know what I mean?
damn sure.
Yeah, nowadays they way more trigger happy, but motherfuckers is a lot weak. Motherfuckers in general, you know what I mean? Just on all levels, whether you're a police or a nigga on the streets, a lot of motherfuckers is weaker nowadays on the real. You know what I mean? They ain't really just, you know, use these and thump like back in the day. You know, police back in the day, they was waiting to kick some ass. Nowadays they waiting to shoot your ass.
Yeah, back in the days, they used to, I remember this cop named Rico. Everybody on Dollar know who Rico used to pull up over there and used to pick out all the little niggas to fight.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, Rico was big as hell.
Most
If
definitely.
you from Northtown, y'all know who Rico was.
And a lot of them went through some
Big
kind
motherfucker. He's oh, y'all think y'all tough little young street punk?
Right.
I'll whoop y'all. And he used to take his belt off.
Right.
He got fired, I think. He got fired because he choked a nigga and killed him over in the Gershon before too.
Oh, is that right?
But anyway, he took his belt off. He used to take his shit off. Which one of y'all want to fight?
Yeah.
And I remember one time, Jesse Bright was still alive.
Right.
Jesse came out. He heard the boy talking and shit. Jesse a big old nigga too.
Right.
Jesse came, well, fight me, Rico.
Yeah.
Fight me, Rico.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Rico put his belt back on.
For sure.
I ain't fighting you. You picking out all these little motherfuckers to fight. Him and it was another cop named Jap.
Yeah.
If y'all, I know y'all remember Jap because he was part of the fucking, I think he was part of them nasty boys and shit too.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they had back in the day. But anyway, back to Sonya. I think this cop deserves to be, they need to really give this cop, just like they want to do, he need a life sentence.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
He need a life sentence.
Without a doubt. You know, but
Because you just can't shoot nobody 3 times. Oh, did you hear what he said after he shot her in the face?
Yeah, he said don't.
He said, this a crazy bitch.
Right. Then he just didn't say that. The other cop said, you know, I'm gonna run and go get the defibrillator and try to save
Oh,
her.
he didn't want to, he said
And he said basically, I mean, it's a headshot. She done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, ain't
I heard that too.
Right. So being that, man, it's, I don't know, man. You know, being from, you know, with our skin color, man, and you know, being in certain kind of communities, man. Ultimately, you know, when you're in certain kind of communities and you are color, man, it's like basically they've been trained. You know, if not been trained, you know what I mean, on a hands-on basis, you know, from a psychological standpoint, you know, once they get up in there and they in the neighborhood, now it's time for them to start acting like them other motherfuckers that's the other cops that's in the neighborhood that's patrolling. You know, and they gonna go by that blue shield shit. And the thing is, man, I don't know. It's, you know, if you live in a certain kind of community and you black men, it's that, you know, it's that much worse for you. It really is.
You can live, I believe you can live in any community.
You think so?
I believe, man, I'm telling you, man, it was times, I've been out of Northtown for years.
Right.
Man, I moved way out to the other side. I used to be just driving down the street.
Right.
And you know, we've been to jail before.
For sure.
So when your car was in your name, they used to pull up, no exaggeration.
Yeah. I ain't never had a car in my name.
They pulled me over so many times.
For
I
sure.
got tired of driving. I got so tired of it, I sold my car.
Right.
Pretty ass car. I sold it to my homeboy, Tone Loke.
Right.
And Ash Tone Loke told me, he said as soon as he got the car from me, he said, man, did you get pulled over all the time in this car? I said, yeah, that's why I sold it to you.
For sure.
Shit.
Right.
He said, man, they pull me over all the time.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
like, yeah, because they look at our cars and shit. They just, lately they haven't, I got pulled over, what was that, last month, I believe. They was profiling.
Right, right.
See, the thing is, we got people in places now. Now we fucking grown and we know cops now.
Right, right.
Cause I got a couple dudes that I went to high school with. Yeah, them dudes is cops and shit now.
Right.
And I also got a friend, he's a white guy. His brother's a fucking Metro.
Right.
And I told his brother, I said, hey man, your people pulled me over.
Right.
And he was like, what you talking about? I said, they people took, I said, look in my car. He said, I had a license plate that don't belong on the front. It's a Cadillac emblem that goes with the car. You only required to have one fucking license plate that got to be on the back.
In the state of Nevada, right.
Yes, sir. And I told him that he immediately, he said, oh, they was racial profiling you.
Yeah, for sure.
He said they do that so they can try to see
what you got on you.
And try to see who
or
you
got some warrants
are.
or some shit.
Yeah, they check it. But I'm like, motherfucker, you can run my tags and see if I got warrants.
Right.
My car in my name.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
And then I knew it was fuck shit, cause I'm like, man, I passed through Metro all day long. You never see not one of them motherfuckers pull me over for no goddamn front. And I'll be doing it on purpose sometimes. I'm like, let me pull up in front of Metro so I can see. I did it in front of a sergeant.
Right.
The sergeant, then I told the sergeant what happened. He said, oh yeah, they was profiling.
Right.
This the sergeant.
For sure, he know.
He said they was profiling.
He know.
He said they was just fucking with you. I said, oh yeah, see? Y'all need to get y'all people in check.
Right.
They got a real crime going on, but they got me pulled over because I got a fucking Cadillac emblem on the front. Are you serious? They could have shot and killed me because I called them a faggot or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
On the real.
Nothing going on. No warrants, no nothing. I ain't committing no crime. Matter of fact, I was picking my son up from work on my way to get him from work.
Right.
Had me late. All kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? What is we doing here? What y'all doing out there?
You know, the cold part about it, all that shit, you know, when it comes to a motherfucking cop, you dealing with a human being. And human beings are flawed. So when it boils down to it, you may deal with a motherfucker that, you know, has a flawed mindset. He may be a racist. He may, you know what I mean, just got into it with his wife the other day. You know what I mean? You know, wife may have left him. You know what I mean? It may be some motherfucker that look just like you or look similar to you that took his woman from him. You know what I mean? Who knows? You know, so
that type of shit.
So being that, man, you know, you dealing with human beings and they're flawed, man. You know what I mean? You know, I would say, you know, a lot of times when it comes to the cops, man, a lot of times when it comes to certain shit, man, I try to watch my conduct when I'm around them because I understand they already got the upper hand. They got the law on their side and they got a pistol. You feel me?
Exactly.
You know, and I ain't got my pistol out. And anytime a motherfucker got a pistol on them anyways, that shit make me nervous just from the places you know what I mean, just from where I come from, you know.
We nervous just seeing, that's what's bad. This is the bad thing. When we see the police, why do we got to get nervous?
For sure. And then not just that, man, I went to court the other day, and now these motherfuckers, man, you walk into the courtroom, you know, and they got all this shit on, man, they look more militant than anything. They don't even look like people that's supposed to protect and serve. They look like they ready for a war with their own people. On the real, you know, when it boils down. Right, so when it boils down to it, man, if, you know, old girl got shot and shit, you know, and they asked her for her name, that was a violation off top. You know, her ID, because it's okay. Now, you know what I mean, and they don't do that in certain areas. It's, you know, now you're trying to figure out, I called you, and now just because, you know, and I'm quite sure she could see it.
Me for something.
Yeah, I'm quite sure she could see it. You know, why do you have to ask me for my ID when I called you and your job is to protect and serve? You're supposed to be a servant. And the thing is, you know, police got it twisted nowadays. They basically feel like, you know, you have to, you know, abide by the shit that they say. And truly the laws don't work like that. We as the people are supposed to have the power. But, you know, being that, you know, most people nowadays is yes men and yes women, you know what I mean, and vote for all this old dumbass shit, we done got most of our rights taken away. So now it's, the motherfuckers do what they want to. You know what I mean? They're policing, but what they're actually doing is they're putting us in a position to where we have become the slave to whatever they are dishing out, because we don't know the laws, we don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? Only thing we know is we put a motherfucker in office and some shit sound good. We vote motherfuckers in due to our feelings. We don't, motherfuckers don't even vote people in no more to, true knowledge of what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like true, sincere knowledge of what's going on. We vote people in to how we feel, what they look like, or what we think they do, or one particular policy that, we're strong-minded about, and it's all bullshit. If you really want to get more in depth and you really want to be more in control, shit, you got to be truly educated on who the fuck you got in office and who and what the laws truly are. Most of us don't even know what the fucking laws are. There's so many of them nowadays. So being that, at any given time, we can be breaking the law and the police can come on and say, oh, you just broke such and such a law. Your ass got to come with me. You like,
Make
damn,
up
what
a
the
law right on the spot.
Be like, damn, what the fuck did I do? You know what I mean?
Nothing.
I seen this one video and this one guy was asking, the police had asked this one guy for his ID as well. And the white guy was like, man, I'm not giving you my ID. And the police officer was like, if you don't give me your ID, you're under arrest. The white boy broke on it, bang, was gone, you know what I mean? So he ran, and when he ran by this other cop, and the other cop asked him, he said, man, he was like, man, why are you chasing him? He was like, man, I'm chasing him because for one, he wouldn't give me his ID, and he's trespassing. You know what I mean? The guy, I guess he was, he had a picket sign, and he was talking about some shit. And he was like, he's not trespassing. The other police officer told him, he said, man, he's not trespassing. He was on the street. It's public property. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, he said he won't let me run his name. He won't give me his ID. He said he don't have to give you his ID. He don't have to give you an ID because there's no crime being committed. You feel me?
And another cop did that?
Yeah.
See, I could salute a cop like that. I could salute a cop that's
Right.
stopping wrongdoing.
Most definitely.
Because most cops would not do that. They would stand by and watch their partner violate another person's rights.
For sure. And you can tell this other cop, he was a vet. The other motherfucker, he was a young little rookie and shit. He trying to enforce, he ain't trying to enforce the law. He's trying to enforce, what he feels as far as, or his own personal, vendetta against this man because basically he won't give him his ID. And that's basically what it's about. It's about, I'm the law and I got control over the situation. And I think we didn't come so far away from truly what the law is and what the law stands for to the point to where we have to be subservient to them, and that's some bullshit. They're supposed to protect and serve, which they don't do that anyways. They just react.
Yeah, I'm like,
you feel me? You know what I mean?
I know who they protected, and they not us.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
facts.
Correct.
I don't get there with nobody say they gonna sit up there. Oh no, who you call when you shit? We have to.
Right.
But they ain't coming to protect your ass. Guess what they do? They want your ID so they can find out what the hell you got going on.
For sure. And 9 times out of 10, I don't need to motherfucking call them. Only reason I need to call them is to make sure I'm straight in case I gotta protect myself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what that boiled down to. Because
they finna run your name.
Right.
They trying to find. I'm talking about you can call the cop. They want to know. They want to know your name. You the motherfucker that called the cop.
Yeah. And then the cold part about it, so many the law is so fucked up. A lot of times motherfuckers will use the law against you, to play little games and shit. And then on the other hand, now you got to deal with the situation of actually dealing with the law. Shit is so misconstrued nowadays. The law is so involved into our lives nowadays to where it's some bullshit.
And if you see them, and if you ever watch the police, I used to, you would see the police in the back, they out there laughing and kikiing hiding. And
for sure.
I'm talking about, they just be having a good old time.
Yeah, because
fucking up your life.
For sure, because they got too much power. A motherfucker that's, 21, he just came out of high school, not too long ago. And then, basically, he's making a judgment call right there on the spot, if basically the guy that was running. The police is making a judgment call right there on the spot. He's judge and jury right there on the motherfucking spot, and he can lock your motherfucking ass up and take your freedom away like that just because, you know what I mean, you're doing something that may be in the confines of the law. You know what I mean? But because he feel, you know what I mean, this young 21-year-old motherfucker, you know what I mean, that may have his feelings involved into the situation because he feels that you should do something that he told you to do because he has some fucking bullshit ass badge on his chest. You know what I mean? Which is some bullshit. You know, because and basically, you know, they're not held to anything as far as, you know, true responsibility is concerned. And that's what's happening. That's what happened with old boy killing old girl. You feel me? And that's what police, I mean, that's what they doing nowadays.
Just like I said, they be sitting around Kiki. Did you hear him and you know what's crazy? The cop that shot and killed that lady, his camera wasn't on. Why
The other cop's camera was on.
The other cop camera was on.
Right.
And his wasn't. Now, riddle me this. Why he didn't have his damn camera on?
For sure.
You supposed to have your camera on as soon as you
come in contact.
Knock on that door, I believe.
Right.
Well, y'all got the whole thing from A to C. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, his camera not on.
Right.
And at the end, like I said, they be kikiing how they was like, man, what happened? He was like, man, shit, that bitch was finna throw no hot water on me. She wasn't finna throw no hot water on me. And she talking about, I will rebuke you in the name of big Jesus. Man, that bitch crazy.
Right.
He didn't show no remorse.
And you know that
zero remorse.
And that boils down to, you know, back in the days, you know, a man would have, you know, more respect. You know, when it came to a woman, he'd be like, oh, yeah, man. And then they say she was only like 5'1" and he was like 6'5".
Yeah, so 6'5", 200-pound motherfucker.
Yeah, so back in the day, you know, there was some kind of, you know, some line being drawn when it came to a woman. You was like, oh, this bitch ain't gonna hurt a nigga with this hot water.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I'm gonna go ahead and back up. You know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna back up. You know, I may draw my whatever weapon it is. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna tell her to put the hot water down. But eventually she gonna get her motherfucking ass.
At the end of the day, it wasn't no crime.
Right, for sure. Or I'm gonna back out the door and be like, okay, bitch. You know,
all right, lady. Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah, whatever. You know, but you know, basically what it is, you know, he shot her down like a dog. It was
they
like,
want to make something out of nothing.
Right, and it basically reminds you of, you know what I mean, what used to go on in the slavery days. The same shit, you know, to where basically they would just shoot a motherfucker down or hang a motherfucker or, you know, take whatever was theirs, you know, violate them in any kind of way in order for them to, so they would be subservient to them. You know what I mean? And what's the ultimate, you know what I mean, servitude or the ultimate, you know what I mean, having a motherfucker bow down to you is basically killing them.
I honestly want to know what the black cops feel about that. Because they didn't gun a sister down and what? Because I rarely see I seen one black cop shoot that white lady.
Yeah.
And I forgot where was that at. I believe, was that in Seattle? It was one black cop, one out of the millions of white boys gunning down black kids and killing George and jumping on Rodney, and it's so many, you know, it's too many of them motherfuckers to name. Sure. I've seen a whole poster of niggas that got killed by motherfucking police. All white ones too. But this one black cop, and I think he was mixed breed. He has shot a white lady. Man, they arrested his ass.
It was an uproar.
Immediately. That one black cop that shot that white woman. They arrested that motherfucker immediately. He might, I don't know if he's still in prison or not. If he alive, he probably be just now getting out. I forgot what year that happened. But y'all can look it up. That one black cop did he kill her? Yeah, I think he killed her. He killed that white lady. I can't remember if she ran her car into his. It was some weird shit. It's been a minute. My memory kind of foggy, but I do remember he shot her. And they arrested him immediately. Trial, convicted that man, and put that man in prison.
Yeah, what the cold part about it is this here. when it comes to, that type of shit, it's like, shit, I lost my thoughts.
Immediately.
But anyways, when it come down to that type of shit, man, there is no justice for us as a people, man. The justice been thrown out the window, long time ago. And that's why, us as black people, we need to find out what our history is, man, because all this shit stemmed from, we've been going through this shit for over 400 years. You feel me? And it may, seem different, and they might dress it up a little different, at times, or different time periods, but it's all the same shit. You really gotta dig into your history and find out, where all this shit stemmed from. Because if you don't, then basically you're gonna keep going through the same shit. Your generations, your generations of people gonna keep going through the same shit. Because ultimately the only way for you to combat this shit is, is wisdom.
Gotta have wisdom.
Sure. If you ain't got wisdom and you ain't got knowledge, then shit, you and your people gonna keep going through the same shit. So.
This a little clip, and I think they got other. Let me give y'all, for those who don't know.
Massey should still be here tonight. She called 911 to report a prowler near her home. The encounter quickly takes a deadly turn. We do want to warn you that this video is
Fair
hard to
use.
watch.
We just used it for fair use.
Sonya Massey,
That's off the Breakfast Club.
County Deputy Sean Grayson and his partner earlier this month. What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put us on close, sir.
You all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure.
My medicine, sir.
Once inside her Springfield home, Deputy Grayson asked Massey to check on the stove. The situation quickly escalates.
What are you doing?
Wait, hot steaming water.
Away from hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I was rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Massey begins to apologizing. Grayson fired 3 times, hitting Massey in the face. What else do we do?
What else can we do?
Right. So basically what it sounds like to me, if she was saying,
what else can we do?
yeah, so basically what it sounds like to me, she didn't even threaten him. She was saying that I rebuke you in the name of Jesus because you pulling his gun on me.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
So
exactly why she said
Right.
that.
So that's what she said. That
And what did she say
Right.
immediately after that? She said, I'm sorry.
Right. So she didn't even threaten him. That's crazy. She didn't even threaten him with the water. She said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus for him pulling the gun on her. You know what I mean? And then basically, and stood there like, and apologized and shit. Like basically, if you're offended, I apologize.
I think when she went to put the water down,
Yeah.
that's when he shot her.
That's crazy.
Because you can't just drop the water. Like I said, it's boiling hot water. And he was so far away from her.
That's crazy.
He way back here, she way over there. It's like that dude, he had an old chip on his shoulder.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I said, man, they've been shooting us down and
I
doing.
wonder what the black cops on the force think about that.
Yeah.
I really want to talk, because I never ran into I'm going to say one, damn, that's a damn shame.
Right.
I ran into, at maximum, 2 black real cops that was really like, they was down with, they was down with the real shit. If y'all violating and they gonna let you know. I ran into a cop that, I think my brother was getting arrested. He wasn't even getting arrested. He was tearing his own house up. Right. And there was a black cop sitting there chilling. He was just sitting there, and I pulled up. And he said, yeah, man, who's that? And I said, that's my brother. And he looked at me, he said, boy, your brother crazy. He said, shit. He said, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. We can't do nothing to him, you know what I'm saying? He tearing up his own shit. You know what I'm saying? We just here to make sure he don't do no, domestic violence and none of that type of shit. But as far as him tearing up his own shit, ain't nothing we can do about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he said, man, you need to talk to him and let him know that if it wasn't for me being here, them other guys, as soon as they get here, they gonna be wanting to get on some other shit.
Right, for
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? They want to get, physical with him just because of, who he is.
Right.
But, I'm here.
Yeah, I remember that shit
And,
a long time ago.
he was like, You know, so ain't nothing I can do. And then when it got done calming down, he told him, yeah, man, shit, boy, you better be glad, you know. Hey, he said, you better be glad it was me, you know what I'm saying? You know, the other dudes, they want to be here, they want to try to jump on you, take you to beat you up, take you in and all that shit, knowing damn well they can't do nothing to you.
Yeah, I remember
because
that shit.
it's your shit.
Right. I think I pulled up on y'all after that once you had called me and shit.
So that's one cop that I recognized that was real.
Right.
And then there was another cop I had ran a light and he had pulled up on me. He just started laughing. He laughed, he got my ID and everything. He was like, man, you tripping. He said, what you racing for? Why you so in the rush, man?
Right.
And then I said, man, you know, my woman calling me and you know how that shit go. You gotta get there. He fell out laughing. He was like, man, you know I gotta give you a ticket though.
Right.
He said, I'm gonna give you a ticket. I ain't gonna put it on you real bad, but I just gotta give you something because you know you ran through the light.
For sure.
But we had cool dialogue.
And he called it in. Right.
It
He wasn't no asshole shit.
Right, he wasn't all.
He treated you like a human being.
Treated me like a human
and told you,
being.
you know what I mean, this is your job, this is my job. I called it in. You know what I mean?
I'm just doing my job.
So now I got to give you something, for
we
sure.
We talk like regular motherfuckers, man. And I had some cowboy shit on, so he started hating on the cow. Oh yeah, he said I should double you up because you got that cowboy shit on. But we chopping it like regular people.
Right.
He ain't talking about nigga what gang you in, where you coming from, where you going, and all that. Because every time a cop pull you over, they want to know where you came from.
Right.
Where you going?
Yeah, they know.
And I always give them the same answer. I mean, what do you need to know all that for?
Right. For sure.
You already know who I am.
Right.
This is my ID. That's my address.
Right.
That's all you need to know. And do I have insurance and registration? Yes, I do.
Yeah. For sure.
And I have all that shit. I be like, let me get these motherfuckers out the way.
Right.
You could tell the energy.
Right.
Now you got a cool ass cop, that motherfucker just be like, man, slow that shit down.
For sure. You know what I mean? You said something earlier. You said, you know, and I forgot my thought for a minute, but ultimately you had said, how does black, or cops that, are, all of our nationality feel about, the lady getting killed or, other people of our origin actually getting killed as well, And the thing is, if you just take your ass to work the next day, you know what I mean? How offended, it's not about how they feel about it. It's about how they react to it. You feel me? So it's about how or what kind of stance do you take on it as, your people keep getting killed out in these streets and it keeps happening on a regular basis. Fuck what you think about
regular
it.
basis.
Yeah, it's fuck what you think about it. You know what I mean? If you still go to work, and carry this blue shield all the time, and because I know, for instance, I done been in jail, or been in certain situations, and I know I done been in jail, and I had, a white dude, he was like fucking around with, fucking around and doing certain shit to niggas. And then the black dude, he came in and he was like, man, I'm gonna fuck with your white boys too. They was going back and forth, on this shit though. But I seen, the strife in between them, at the same time. But it was more like a game, because they were still on the same fucking side. Right. You feel me? So I don't know if any action was taken after that. But, I know the white dude, he came in and he was tripping off of, the black dudes, and fucking with them, a little bit more on the extra side. But the black dude, he was like, okay, you fucking with the black dudes, we gonna fuck with your peoples too. You feel me?
Right.
And then they was kind of going back and forth, but at the same time, it wasn't in an extremely aggressive way, but they were kind of letting each other know, okay, I'm gonna fuck with your people, and and if you gonna fuck with mine is what the black dude was saying. But
that's a wake up call.
Right. But at
he let them know.
Right. But at the same time,
I can respect that too.
Right. But at the same time, it's, you still got to go to work. With all this type of shit. To me, if a motherfucker really gonna do something, man, take a true stand. Especially if if you keep seeing this bullshit keep going on, man. Just like you said, you got people that as cops, and and they and they black, and they like our our indigenous color. And then they saying that basically, that basically we're being treated worse. What the fuck is they doing to take a
He
true
told
stand?
me straight up on
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
What is they doing to take a true stand? Or is they just, they going along on these rides and after a while,
he
they
told me.
ignoring the shit.
He told me the code and everything. He said they code is to look at every dude driving a Mercedes-Benz, every black guy driving Mercedes-Benz, or Cadillacs and shit like that.
Right.
He said they target them. And I notice all the time, like when I get up early in the morning, and sometimes if I'm driving down Tropicana, they always got a black dude jacked up in the Mercedes-Benz.
For sure.
And it's always a Benz. And then that shit rung a bell on me. I said, oh, that's what because I had my Benz. They used to pull me over in my Benz.
For sure. I ain't never owned a Benz, and I had one Cadillac.
They pulled my Benz
Matter of fact, I had
all the time. Yeah.
I had two, but I already understood that. I understood that back in the day in the hood, man, driving Cutlasses and Impalas and, driving them motherfucking, I already knew that basically, those things was going,
Now they think they try to profile you as a pimp.
Right.
And all this type of shit. You be like, motherfucker, so you mean to tell me I can't work a job and drive a Mercedes-Benz?
Yeah, for sure. Shit,
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's certain shit that, they just stereotype, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Give me a Volvo. Yeah, I'm gonna ride in that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna fuck with a nigga in a Volvo. You know, dig?
Nah, they ain't gonna fuck with you in that Volvo. You can be right on the side of them motherfuckers in that motherfucker.
Yeah, they ain't gonna fuck with you in a Volvo, man.
They might throw you a peace sign.
Yeah, for sure.
Old square ass nigga.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with that.
Old square ass nigga. Look at that.
Back in the day.
Let him slide. Let him slide.
Back in the day, shit, I used to sell a whole lot of weed and had that motherfucker packed full of weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And driving around in a minivan, and I was in a minivan.
That's the cold part. See, you see that right there? That was too much game dropped on the people, but you see that?
Yeah, for sure.
The nigga that driving the fly car, you ain't gonna find no shit like that.
Oh, man. For sure.
You ain't gonna find no shit of no fly ass nigga shit.
Man, most definitely.
Most thing you gonna find is a pistol.
Yeah,
and that's because he protecting himself. Protect ourselves if you got a pistol on
We
you.
got to out there.
It's not about nigga out here committing crime. Nobody is protection just like you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I be seeing these niggas walking around, they done got their little permit, they got the pistol hanging all out. I be saying, there's some white boys over Austin, they be keeping I be laughing like,
I'm always have my shit
I
talk.
be like, man, you so stupid. If I really want you, you got your shit. Yeah. Your shit is already on your hip. So if I want you, I could come gun your ass down.
You gonna be the first. You gonna be the first one to motherfucker shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's go on and get him out the way. You know
gonna be the first one out the way.
Let's go on and get him. I'm gonna go ahead and keep mine concealed. Fuck what they talking about.
And I had a dude one day. He was acting so hard. It was funny as hell. This was at the Stop and Shop up there. I used to hang over there. This dude was acting so tough. He had his gun hanging all out there. He walked by one of my homeboys, snatched it, shot.
Yeah. For sure.
Hey, snatched this nigga pistol off of him and backed up, nigga. Like, back up, bitch ass nigga.
For sure.
Back up. This mine now.
Right.
He was like, man, you tripping. This mine now. It's mine now.
Right.
And he walked off and took his gun.
Hey.
On everything. That dude ain't seen that gun yet.
That's why you ain't supposed to show
I died laughing because you should have, his swag was hard. He was like.
Yeah. As soon as that gun was gone, he turned
Man,
into
that gun was gone. That nigga was like this. Man, why you doing like that?
Yeah.
Well, what I do to you, nigga? Nah, you wasn't having that energy a few minutes ago, nigga.
Yeah.
You walked by real aggressive at first.
Yeah.
You know, your fucking drawers down, you got your pistol hanging out, and you looking at us real crazy. Now, look at you now.
Right.
Look at you now. Look at your face now.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you over there want your gun back, nigga. No, this mine.
Oh, yeah.
took his shit.
Yeah, man. You always supposed to
That
keep
was
your
the
shit.
funniest shit ever, man. I laugh every time I see that
Yeah.
shit. And I seen that dude a couple times too.
Yeah.
He act like he want to say something to me, but
Right,
I'll be
right.
like, all right, it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, nigga, if you ain't the police, nigga, keep your shit
Keep
concealed.
that shit and quit, man. But first of all, don't act hard because you got a gun.
Yeah,
Just go about your day as a regular person,
For
bro.
sure.
Don't, because some of these dudes out here, they are really gunning you down for real.
for sure.
Without, I'm talking about no hesitation and type
Man.
shit. So cut that shit out. But anyway, man, with that being said, man, on that cop, rest in peace, Sonya.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Hate that your life been cut short.
Over nothing.
Such a short life.
Crazy. Especially once once we just watched that video again,
I
it
think she was
dawned
in
on
her
me.
30s. I think she was
Crazy,
in her
man.
mid-30s. She had two children, two beautiful children. Rest in peace. I hope everything. I hope something come out of this. I'm hoping they don't let this boy off, man.
Some real
Because
justice.
they really do be letting these cops off. And so I'm hoping, we gonna see. We got too much of all this election shit going on. You know, Kamala Harris ain't said nothing about this situation. Trump ain't said nothing about this situation. We gotta watch Trump because he wanna, what do you call that? So the cops is not held accountable for killing people.
Is that right?
He wanna not be able to lock the cops up and stuff for murder and all this shit.
Right.
That's one of the laws that he wanna implement in his law thing.
Right. When he
That's
got in his cabinet.
that can't fly right there. Cause this is a good example right here. This dude just came in and killed this lady, and you mean to tell me it ain't gonna be no repercussions behind it? That's gonna drive certain people gonna want some get back. They're gonna want some get back, man. And that's gonna drive what's gonna drive the country really into the mud. If they give these cops that kind of power, they can come up and kill you and nothing happened to them. It's gonna be a point to where now motherfuckers really driving around with pistols and they gonna be like, shit, this motherfucker might kill me. And you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some fuck shit going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all bad. With that being said, whew, I don't know, man.
Right.
This Kamala Harris lady, you know what I'm saying? I believe she probably gonna change her tune far as looking at her people. I don't know, they say she ain't even black like that, but I believe she gonna have to change her tune and make sure her rhetoric that she spills be something real good for the people to hear. Cause Donnie, the laws other than that I heard, other than that, he has some decent laws other than that one. But we'll get to that on the next segment. We're gonna come back with that one. But with that said, I hope the officer gets what he's supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? He really supposed to be set in front of a fire squad and let everybody dump on his ass for doing some shit like that. But we all know that's not gonna happen. We wanna see if they even gonna lock this dude up. That's a gamble. I'm sitting here rolling dice right now. I bet they gonna sit there and push this shit long enough till the election is over, and then they gonna see what they wanna do with that cop. That's my prediction.
Yeah. When it boils. Yeah, what boils down to this shit, man, ultimately, I think the truth is in the education, man. You know, and I think a lot of times, you know what I mean, us as, you know, our people, what we got to do is we got to go back into history, man, and find out how we got into this situation. You know, because this shit is running way deeper than that. You know what I mean? Why is it that us as a people, you know, get treated the way we do? And the thing is, I think it goes way deeper than what we think it does, you know. And, you know, I think once, you know what I mean, you go down that rabbit hole and you find out, I don't think I know. Once you go down that rabbit hole and you figure out, you know, why it is that us as a people are being treated the way we are, but, you know, you try to explain that to a lot of people, you know what I mean, and they go way over their head. or you try to explain it to them, and then, you know, they'll mess around and be like, oh, nigga, what you, what, you know what I mean? You don't know nothing or this and that, but, you know, it's like, in order for you to, you know what I mean, for things to change, you know what I mean, there's something that somebody else is doing in order to get, you know what I mean, to bypass this bullshit. So how do you figure out how to bypass it? Because ultimately, you know what I mean, you're just gonna be a nigga and a slave your whole life. You feel me? You know what I mean? You're just gonna allow the police to come into your, you know what I mean, your neighborhood and shoot you down and shoot your people down and then, you know what I mean, shoot your kids down. Or, you know what I mean, you know, it's a way deeper rabbit hole, you know what I mean, from what I'm understanding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna start shit. It's gonna start being shootouts.
So being that,
that's how it's gonna end up. If they implement that law right there, I can tell you that now.
And then ultimately, I mean, we, you know, I see that people got hope in, you know, into a Kamala or whoever else, man. And I'm gonna keep saying the same shit, man. These motherfuckers ain't never did nothing for us, and they ain't gonna do nothing for you. You know what I mean? And the longer you keep thinking that they is, the longer, you know what I mean, the shit gonna keep happening. Because the only way to get truly defeat this shit, man, is to, you know what I mean, to basically shit, you know what I mean, get rid of it and start new. You know what I mean? But the thing is, it's gonna take motherfuckers, you know what I mean, to actually, you know what I mean, grab their nuts and say, man, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? That's what it's gonna take, you know. But as long as we keep being biased to the shit, you know what I mean, and just let it, you know, just be like, fuck it, man. You know, you know what I mean, I'm gonna roll the dice. You know what I mean? Biden, Trump, Kamala, you know what I mean? Give me somebody, please give me somebody good. You know what I mean? To where I ain't gotta keep going through this shit. You know what I mean? Because the neck, you know what I mean, they keep putting a motherfucking noose around your neck more. And the thing is like shit, you know what I mean? When do we come to a situation to where we like, we gotta stick together, we gotta figure something out, we gotta do something. But shit, that's a whole nother story, man, because, you know what I mean? You know, because when it boiled down to that, motherfuckers can't see no hope. You know, but you know what I mean? I don't see no hope in Trump. I don't see no hope in Kamala. I don't see no hope in Sleepy Joe ass either. So being that, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I see hope in myself and I see hope in God, and that's what I'm gonna continue to pertain to. You know what I mean? Shooting towards. You know what I mean? Because man, I got the power, man. Fuck what they talking about. I've been having the power. I got myself out of the hood. I ain't really had to deal with the police like that. You know what I mean? And I don't answer to them like that. I do what the fuck I want to do, and I do it how I want to. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just smart about the things that I do. You know what I mean? And it is what it is.
I mean, with that being said, we finna chirp on up out of here. Y'all can reach me at DLove Vegas on all platforms. And we're gonna be coming back at y'all with some stuff, with shit in a minute actually. And yeah, I mean, you got anything else you want to add to it before we chirp up out of here?
Yeah, well, once again, you can reach me on all platforms that Luck got fronted. Cause you know what I mean, you know, initially I got fronted, you know what I mean? So we gonna start off with that. And you know, so it's about getting, you know what I mean, the first initial front to now, you know what I mean, a nigga trying to make it to freedom. You know what I mean? And fuck everything else, you know. So you can reach me at all platforms that Luck got fronted. And on top of that, you know what I mean, like I said before, if you need your credit fixed, I'm fixing 5 people's credit for free. You feel me? You know what I mean? That's gonna get you a start. You know what I mean?
So tap it in the inbox.
For 90 days, you know what I mean? I'm not asking a motherfucker for nothing. All I'm basically gonna do is, you know what I mean, I'm just gonna show motherfuckers on the internet how well your credit was fixed. That's it. You feel me? You know what I mean? You know, because, you know, I got my eyes set on bigger things, but I understand in order to, you know, to get to where I wanna get, I gotta help people as well. So, you know what I mean? Let me go ahead and help your ass, because I got some, you know what I mean, I got some education, you know, and some shit that I've been working on. And, you know what I mean, I got myself straight, so I'm gonna help your ass too.
With that being said, zoom! That means we gone.
And peace out.
Who you thought I
We
was?
good with you.
I'm DLove Stacccs, bitch.